You have like objectively a bigger team. So what have you learned through your process and your hiring process?
And it's like, you don't want to slow them down from making revenue by tweaking their entire hiring process.
Because you have a different process that I haven't seen for hiring an A player.
I kind of created something that worked for me, but then I also took my own experience into account as well. How to hire A players in 2026.
Let's get into it. Well, you've hired them a lot more than I have probably. You have like objectively a bigger team. So what have you learned through your process and your hiring process?
Well, we're still trying to standardize it. And I think when I'm involved in the hiring process, it's very standard, but getting that to be conveyed to other mid-level management is still, we have to do quality checks. I believe that if, especially the sales reps, because they're seeing a lot more volume in terms of new hires, if they kind of abided by this more, they would have better luck with retention. Now, granted, this is a quality control thing that we just, it just comes with education. We've got a lot of young guys that are doing really well. And it's like, you don't want to slow them down from making revenue by tweaking their entire hiring process, but at the same time, their long-term gains are going to come from really good hiring sequences. So where do you want to start? Just like my general formula for like an A player?
Yeah, let's go because you have a different process that I haven't seen for hiring an A player, like what that looks like when you're hiring like top.
So first and foremost, I kind of compile a bunch of different ideas from a bunch of different resources. Like I might have read a book or listened to a podcast, and like I kind of created something that worked for me. But then I also took my own experience into account as well. So what we like to do is we like to do job postings, meta postings, and cast the widest net possible. During that, we want to create some type of friction. So we typically have them fill out like a questionnaire because we want to vet through those individuals, people that actually want the job, not people that are just spam applying. There's a lot of people out there that are just applying. Mm-hmm. That gives us our list of resumes for our recruiter, like who's ever on that particular task. We have multiple recruiters to like scrub through those resumes to figure out who's going to be the top maybe 50 candidates, maybe 30 candidates. And then he's going to set up phone screenings with all of those candidates. I mean, this is a lot of phone screenings. A lot of time is going into this. Hopefully we narrow it down to like the top 10. Then whoever the person is that's going to be managing them the most on a daily basis, like for example, if it's like a team leader position or someone that we want to grow into a team leader position, it's going to go to the VP of sales. If it's like someone that's going to be on the accounting team, it's going to go to my VP of finance. If it's someone that's on the marketing team, it might go to you. Well, you're going to be that first person that does that next interview. We want it to be 30 minutes. We want to pre-screen the questions. We also pre-screen questions for the recruiter as well. But that's going to be, kind of step number 3. First step is top line screen. Second step is phone screening with recruiter. Third step is interview with you. Fourth step, and this depends on how significant of a hire it is, I would get on the phone with them for a 30-minute interview as well. This is going to be for someone that's going to be a higher level recruit, like really junior recruits I probably won't be on the phone with. But I want to control the quality here. That is going to be just a little bit more intensive questioning. Typically, it's going to be surrounded by culture, your work ethic, things of that nature. You're going to be more defined in your skill set than I am. So you're going to ask the more technical questions. I'm asking more culture questions. Then it goes into job shadow. This is 5th step, by the way. Job shadow is really important because not only are you trying to figure out if they're going to work well with your floor, you also want to see if they feel like they're going to work well with your floor, because you would hate to hire someone and then 3 months later they quit because they don't fit in with your culture. So it's a mutual job shadow. It's not just one way. They need to figure out if they can wake up every single day and do this without burning out, without feeling lack of fulfillment, whatever it is. That is going to be the standard. We're going to have that many interviews standard for any hire. If it's going to be the next level of hire, we're going to do 2 more steps. So for someone like you, we did 2 extra steps. Step 1, we did a dinner date with my significant other and your significant other. The crux of this is to figure out if there's home problems. Home problems can breed work problems, right? If you're an individual who you expect to be, listen, we all have personal lives, right? But I want high producing A players on my team that will pick up my phone call at 8 p.m. if we're working on a big project. Not only that, I want them to be motivating and uplifting. I want to feel good when we talk on the phone that late. If they have an issue with their home life, that's gonna bleed into the work life. Now, don't get me wrong. No one's perfect at home, but you just want to make sure that there's nothing crazy taking place. Alcoholism, like abusive mentally or physically things taking place. Like you just never know how well someone looks in a professional setting versus you go to a dinner, you might have a drink or two what might come out of it. So you get to know a person on a better level. And then the final step and the most important step for these really, really big hires, someone that I'm going to be working with directly all the time, is we want to do a working interview. And a working interview is typically a 2-week period where we actually pay them. We're going to pay them a salary, no bonuses, like maybe they're tied to a rev share, maybe they're tied to a profit share, maybe they're tied to KPIs. That doesn't get paid during this period, but a fixed compensation does. Let's say their base pay is, 60 grand. It could be 100 grand. We're going to pay them that base pay prorated for those 2 weeks, because they're going to be working hard every single day in the office. And sometimes they have to take vacation days to do this because they don't want to get rid of their old job. But this is really important because we're going to see exactly how we work together during that time frame. This is the job shadow on steroids. Do you understand the assignment? Do we work well together? And can you see yourself doing this for the next 5 years? Because if you can't, we're probably not the right fit. So both of us get that opportunity to do that during that 2-week period. Not only that, the rest of your team gets on board with them too. The accounting department's not involved with the marketing hires, but the accounting department will be involved with working with the marketing team when they make expenses. Well, now this 2-week period gets an opportunity to overlap those worlds to see if there's any issues that's been taking place with the other departments.